Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson, Christopher Platt, a bunch of people that you know. The premise was this: young, struggling couple, financially strapped, gets a proposal from a rich, handsome bazillionaire, Robert Redford. Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore, $1 million, which would solve all their financial crisis, all their stuff, for a night with Demi Moore. Now, there were things written up, no sex, blah, 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 blah. This couple was in love, and of course, they backed into it. They did it. They did what people should never do. They just gave in for money. And guess what? Didn't work out for Woody Harrelson, didn't work out for Demi Moore, didn't work out for Robert Redford. But anyway, that movie has always stuck with me because it tells me everything is for sale. Players are for sale in college now with the NIL. We've always known that Major League Baseball and football and basketball and hockey, always for sale. Businesses, guys that start their businesses, and this is their lifeblood. This is what they got to have. They sell it. Why? Because everything's for sale. Neighbor of my buddy, guy walked up to him, said, look, I want to give you this for your house. He took it, then he realized, wait, what a mistake. Now he's living in a condo behind the Kroger. Everything's for sale. Don't think this is any different in the world of PGA LIV golf. Don't think for a second there is anything, and I mean anything in this world that is not for sale. You have a nonprofit organization, a 501c organization, the PGA Tour, that sold literally everything to the Saudis. No. Don't at me with this. Well, this is a partnership. No, this is not a partnership. And I got to tell you, I'm not blaming anybody. I am not blaming. You guys want to blame? You go ahead and blame. I ain't blaming. Money talks, BS walks. Colin Morikawa, well, nothing like having to hear about it on Twitter. Hey, Colin Morikawa, the reason you heard about it on Twitter is because a reaction like that on Twitter or Instagram or wherever the hell you post it shows that you are too immature. You're a child. You can't sit in these rooms. Well, nothing like hearing about it on Twitter. Yeah, shut up. Be an adult. Be a man. Walk like a man. Have some stones. Everything's for sale. This isn't a surprise. This isn't like, oh my God, I can't wait to talk to Ryan Burr because he's going to tell you that Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, is the smartest guy in the world. He's the best commissioner in the world, and what was done here is better than anything that's ever done in professional sports. And he may be right. I mean, look, the biggest sport in the world is not football, is not basketball, is not baseball, is not hockey. What is it? Soccer. Why? International. What did this new move do? Made golf more international. That's what it did. And that, I think, is the reason that Ryan Burr is going to tell you what he's telling you. But I got to tell you, the problem that I have is that if you read what happened here, if you really pay attention and not just listening to players whining or players celebrating in Mickelson's case, if you really read what happened, the Saudi Arabians bought the PGA Tour. They bought it. I mean, read it. They bought it. They now control every aspect of golf. They control the entire world of golf outside of, I think, the PGA of America and the USGA. PGA of America runs your Club Pro. PGA of America runs the PGA Championship that we just watched. USGA runs the Youth Kit, USGA Golf, the US Open. If it is something about the United States, USGA handles it. You know, it is fascinating. They bought it all. They have first right of refusal. They basically said, how much is it going to cost? How much? How much is it going to cost for us to buy it all out? And it all out means this: no more lawsuits. And there is a lot, and I mean a lot of people that think, well, this was done because the PGA Tour was going to lose a lawsuit. I don't know. I have no idea. I've asked lawyers. My whole family's lawyers. I asked my brother, he's been following. He's like, Dan, I can't tell you who's going to win these lawsuits. He goes, a lot of times you can tell, but you can't. So everything's for sale, and don't think otherwise. All right, reaction. Here's Donald Trump. Here's Donald freaking Trump. Look at Donald Trump. This is a while ago. You can read there when this was. This was a year ago, July. All those golfers that remain loyal to the very disloyal PGA in all its different forms may pay a big price when the inevitable merger with LIV comes. And you get nothing but a big thank you from PGA officials who are making millions of dollars a year. If you don't take the money now, you will get nothing after the merger takes place and only say how smart the original signees were. Good luck. Congratulations to a talented Cam Smith on his incredible win. This is a year ago. I don't know if we have the video from Joe Biden, but Joe Biden, who he was asked, he goes, I'm a PGA. I'm a PGA. What? This is somebody that is attuned to the world of business, to the world of American business right there. Now, you can hate Trump all you want, and did he say grab him by the... Yeah, whatever. But this is what he said a year ago, and that's pretty damn good. Our guy now, I'm a PGA. I put it on my Twitter account. I'm a PGA. What? What? Hell are you talking about? I'm a PGA. All right, there was a lot of reaction. My reaction is everything's for sale. I got to go to the YouTube chat. You know, the world is in shock. Here's a little video. Let's show the next video here. Here's a little something for you.
I was hugely disappointed. I think this is one of the saddest days in the history of professional golf. I do believe that the governing bodies, the entities, the professional entities have sacrificed their principles for profit.
Well, duh. Well, duh. The only human being you'll ever know that didn't was me when I went to West Virginia or me when I coached at Indiana. Everybody else in this world does. And well, how's it worked out for me? Terrible. I should have taken profit. I should have let dudes smoke dope in Indiana. I should have said to hell with it at West Virginia and let everybody lose their damn minds. I mean, what the hell? But the fact of the matter is this. The fact of the matter is very simple. In every walk of life, in everything we do, people sell out for cabbage. Here's that tough guy SVP, Scott Van Pelt, who, by the way, has not said a single word, not a word, about Sam Ponder being attacked by Nancy Armour or about Sage Steele, his good friend. He's a coward, this guy. So you preach loyalty to a tour and convince guys not to take 8 and 9 figure deals based in part on that loyalty and in part on the source of the money. Then those guys find out on Twitter you took the very same money, always business, never. Look, I got to tell you, you can whine about this all you want, Scott Van Pelt and Colin Morikawa and anybody else that you would like to whine. Anybody that you want to whine, you go ahead and whine. But let me tell you one thing. You're an adult male. You're an adult male. You got some sack to you. I'm so tired of, well, they had to find out on Twitter. So what? So what? You got commissioners. So what? Well, they were loyal. So what? That's your fault. You know, you make decisions based on what it is that you know at the time. You make decisions based on your moral compass. You make decisions based on you being an adult male and understanding that, ladies and gentlemen, that decision may not be the right one. The world is full for adult men and women of tough decisions. There is no guarantee. We don't live in a world of candy apples, candy corn, and whatever, where everything is peaches and cream. No, we live in a world where adult men and women have to make tough decisions. We live in a world where those decisions don't always come out, and if they don't, you have no one to blame but your damn self. You were offered money, you made a decision based on what Monahan and the rest were telling you. A year later, that decision looks stupid, but hey, at least, because this is why you made the decision, at least you have your morals and your integrity. I'm telling you right now, have not lost one night's sleep over leaving West Virginia, have not lost one night's sleep over making the players at Indiana do the right thing, and both of them cost me jobs. Haven't lost one, but I live by the mirror. Most people don't. So I don't give a damn about what happens right here. If you made the decision to not go to the LIV Tour as a professional golfer because of your moral compass, you should have no problem with this decision. Other than if you're going to play now in a tour, on a tour that is owned by the Saudis. There is no loyalty. There is no shame. You, as a golfer, stood up. Rory McIlroy, it's blood money. I'm not taking it. Good for you. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. There's nothing about that has changed. You stood up. The only thing that changes now is how deep are you going to go? How deep are you? Now you get really tested. Hell, I'm tested, and I'm trying not to get Anheuser-Busch to have beer at our golf tournament, but I'm struggling with it. Long story short, how are you going to respond now? I don't care that you were loyal and you got, in your mind, burned. You didn't get burned because it isn't about outside entities. It's about what's in here when you make a moral decision. I don't expect guys like Van Pelt to understand that. But I don't want to hear about, well, they had to find out on Twitter. Yeah, well, tough. Grow a pair, walk like a man, and shut the living hell up about it. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. I am sorry. That's the way the world works. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that, you know what? You don't like it? Tough crap. Seriously. Tough crap. You know, why does every decision have to be perfect? Well, I made a decision. It was the wrong one. You know how many people make wrong decisions every single day? Do you have any idea how many? Like everybody. But you're not allowed to as a professional golfer? Oh, okay. All right. What a bunch of garbage. And by the way, Van Pelt and others, why aren't you standing up for Sam Ponder? Why aren't you standing up for Sage Steele? Cowards. All cowards. I mean, complete and total cowards. I don't even want to hear from you. Hey, do we have the Doyle tweet? Now, the media, they called everybody bad people. Love that the PGA Tour, this is going back, has suspended 17 soulless ghouls taking the white sports washing cash to play the LIV Tour. I hope it stands up in court and every American turns their back on Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and the rest. This is another one of those idiots that when they decide they don't like somebody, they say the entire country should turn their back on them. And yet, 10 minutes later, this guy will be talking about, we'll live in peace and harmony, and look at my doggy, and we're all together. But the media is such freaking pieces of you-know-what in this. And this is just Doyle. We know his affliction-laden, ridiculous, lying, thieving, adulterous ass is the worst among us. But this is an example. We're all, because they don't agree, so now, I guess, in theory, we're supposed to turn our back on the entire PGA Tour and the entire world of professional golf. Sure. Oh, okay. Interesting. Mickelson, middle-aged white guy. Dustin Johnson, middle-aged white guy. Really? Shocking that that's who a rag like the far left-leaning Doyle and the far left-leaning Indy Star would come at. And, of course, that's who they come at. It's easy. Now what do you do, media? Now what do you do? The media has been now challenged. The media is now, hey, look, let's see what we got. I like what Jay Monahan said. Here's what Jay Monahan said. Jay Monahan's the commissioner of the tour. I sent you guys this text. I hope, there you go. I recognize everything I've said in the past, in my past positions. I recognize that people are going to call me a hypocrite. Anything I said with the information I had at the time. That's right. He's a total hypocrite. Of course he is. He looked at things and decided back then that this was grandstanding. See, all of this, and we're seeing this in the political world, all of this grandstanding eventually comes home to roost. You know, all this Biden grandstanding, you know what? I am the guy that doesn't make excuses. Well, all he does is make excuses. I'm going to unite. No, all he does is bring us apart. Grandstanding eventually comes home to roost. Eventually, it gets exposed. This dude was grandstanding, and the sickest part of it all was that he used people of 9/11 to do his grandstanding, and then he gave in.